Lexus is getting into the EV game with the RZ450e, which shares a platform with the Toyota bZ4X and the Subaru Solterra. This being a Lexus, it's sporting a much posher cabin to go along with its more upscale exterior styling. Although it shares its 65.6 kWh battery pack with the bZ4X, the Lexus's powertrain is a more powerful dual-motor setup that's good for 308 horsepower. The luxury brand calls this powertrain Direct 4, which offers standard all-wheel drive. The RZ's exterior is sharply styled with a floating roof, a ducktail spoiler, and aggressive headlamps. The cabin takes a more minimalist approach in its design, with most controls being operated through a large 14.0-inch touchscreen infotainment display. Highs, handling is spry, nicely trimmed interior, compliant ride. Lows, less range than rival EVs, doesn't offer the fastest charging tech, steer-by-wire system takes getting used to. The RZ will be an all-new entrant in the Lexus lineup for 2023 and the brand's first all-electric offering. The entry-level premium trim comes straight away with desirable features such as a panoramic sunroof, adaptive cruise control, all-wheel drive, a power-adjustable steering column, and more. Upgrading to the luxury trim adds a Mark Levinson stereo system and multicolored ambient interior lighting, but its larger wheels decrease the RZ's driving range, so we'd stick with the slightly cheaper premium model instead. The RZ450e is powered by an all-electric powertrain that Lexus calls Direct 4. This dual-motor arrangement is good for 308 horsepower and comes standard with all-wheel drive. Acceleration is fairly brisk. A steer-by-wire system is standard, and Lexus has confirmed that a yoke-style steering wheel will be offered as an option. A regular circular wheel will be standard, so if you're not ready for a yoke you'll be able to opt out. The steer-by-wire system takes getting used to, but once we got the hang of it, it proved to be beneficial for handling. The RZ450 will use the same 65.6 kWh battery pack as the bZ4X and Solterra. It delivers 220 miles of driving range with the base 18-inch wheels, while the larger 20-inch wheels drop that to 196 miles. A 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger is weaker than many rivals, and the RZ's DC fast charging capabilities are limited to 150 kilowatt connections. The all-wheel drive system uses predictive factors to improve the driving experience, says Lexus. For instance, it can sense lateral G, wheel angle and throttle, throwing it all together for maximum traction. It's probably most usefully felt in the different driving modes. In sport, it'll heighten torque depending on a few variations and shuffle the power around the axles. It works. It certainly slings out of a tight bend and you can feel all four wheels getting in on the mix. A simplicity-focused interior design in the RZ's interior has removed many buttons and switches from the dashboard and doors and relocated those things to the large infotainment display. Similar approaches have been employed in EV models from Tesla and Polestar, with varying results. Either way, the RZ's cabin looks spacious for a small crossover and quite upscale, with most surfaces wrapped with faux suede or synthetic leather. Truth be told, it can be a bit fiddly to operate. The climate controls are on neat configurable dials, like on a Land Rover, but the driving modes are on the screen, buried deep within a sub-menu. If you spend too long scrolling looking for features, the car's facial monitoring cameras will then pick up on it and drive you nuts with some bongs. Radiant heaters, which act a bit like a blanket by blowing warm air around your knees, work in conjunction with the heated seats. They speed up the warm-up process for occupants in winter, and Lexus reckons it's worth around 8 miles of range. It works really nicely, and is a clever bit of tech, much like the dimmable panoramic roof that can switch from transparent to opaque at the touch of a button. A large 14.0-inch infotainment touchscreen dominates the RZ's dashboard and looks similar to the screen found in the gasoline-powered NX SUV. Lexus says the driver can interact with the system by touching the screen and also by using voice commands. A digital gauge display and a head-up display are also included. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both with wireless connectivity capabilities, are standard. Like many other new Lexus models, the RZ will be offered with a full suite of standard driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automated emergency braking. Additional features will be optional, including an automated parking feature. Key safety features include standard automated emergency braking with pedestrian detection, standard lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, standard adaptive cruise control. Dear friends, thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. Love you.